Bona kutungumana nula galonda iwaga itajari Taboni menyo taboni kutuma beso taitanga musimoyo sosolo oyola pulo pule moyo Taboni menyo taboni kutuma beso taitanga musimoyo sosolo oyola pulo pule moyo Tagayo abalombe munaga banda magaba mugulana Iga mutola galonda Tagayo abalombe munaga banda magaba mugulana Iga mutola galonda Dobolombe tolali banji tolali kumimanda bamwe bagaloba Iga bona galonda Dobolombe tolali banji tolali kumimanda bamwe bagaloba Iga bona galonda Iwe ulachore mulombe muno munyiga iwe wachibona Bwalya bakusirige bantu Iwe ulachore mulombe muno munyiga iwe wachibona Bwalya bakusirige bantu Tae kuchani wowo Uze kule umetolani kumimanda Amwila galoba Kulo kule mekona galonda ingo Indabona beso kutuba Indabona menyo mendaitanga mutu mori mwebina gandia Wana wama gagai Wana wama gagaya Wachibula yule mwana mama moshe iwaga itajari Welo si wachibula yule mwana mama moshe iwaga itajari Webinaga ungu dikuona kutungumana nula galonda iwaga itajari Webinaga ungu dikuona kutungumana nula galonda iwaga itajari
Hello, good evening, Chuempala. Good evening, world. Good evening, Africa. My name is Elias Munsha, and I'm very happy that you could join us today on TV Vakwetu. For those that need to bring in and invite several other people, please do so by spreading the word around. TV Vakwetu is here. And I'm going to just post our link so that we can have a very brief discussion. Today, we don't have a very long agenda. We are going to have mostly a commentary kind of presentation today because I've been trying to reach my co-host and I can't find him. So it's going to be a monotone today and we are going to have a great time. The first item on our agenda today, and this is to congratulate our friend Anthony Bwalya for his selection as spokesperson for President Hakainde Hichilema. So he is the special assistant for press and public relations for President Hakainde Hichilema. It is a very well-deserved appointment. Now, of course, we know that there are several objections from very clever people who think that that job should have gone to a career journalist. A journalist. We just need to be very honest with you. Sorry. In your generation here about journalism, that's why a person can just use a StreamYard and they become a journalist. But anyway, I know that there is a wider thing that is involved with journalism. Number one, so remember journalists, profession no. It's like a profession for everyone, every Jim and Jack, so to and so Mukanye Anthony Bwalya tiyo mkwaipa to take journalist. Now when in journalist, he worked as a press secretary for President Hakainde Hichilema while in opposition. So Ali sambirira, Ali shpa what to say and everything else. Ngama ethics ayo aka yasambirira kuntachi kainge kutachita kuna job on trending. It's possible. So we congratulate Anthony. He's a very articulate young man. He's very passionate about his country. He has served President Hakainde Hichilema very well while he was in opposition, and so we have no reservation whatsoever to believe that he is going to be a good press secretary. Now, as usual, we just need to caution everybody that is being appointed in the UPND administration not to take the route of the Patriotic Front. The Patriotic Front became extremely rude and arrogant, and of course, they were very quick to steal. And so what we are appealing to the new government is, please don't steal to the people of Zambia. Be honest. Don't be arrogant. Don't be cheeky. And don't be cocky, kind of. So just be normal. Just serve the people of Zambia normally and fairly. Not to kwamba kukula changela. Ati chile Afrika kukitwe. Valaba. Batampa kukuchangela. No. Kuba fair. Just be fair and be reasonable. And you're going to govern this country very well. And so we congratulate our brother Anthony. Please keep it up. And as you serve your country, you're going to be an excellent press secretary. And I congratulate you for that. Okay. So we are going to move on from Mr. Anthony Bwalya and now deal with a very big elephant in the room. So today I had shared some of the music that President Lungu shares on his page, and I shared it onto my page. And a few hours later, only to discover that the page was not working. So I felt guilty. I thought it in Beatinichi Nevo Ndengere Nabanchita block Mlandu Wakwebati. I'm enjoying their music a lot. And so that's what I thought Limbiati. If you are lengo Kwebati batch the block. Only to find that he's actually deactivated his account. At admini aposamo admini afulwa. Kanji for Facebook. It's a lot of work. Some of you think that it's a lot of work that goes into running a Facebook page. That's why ababa kweba tibali wina kunibaka take chalo. They have several administrators. If we only have volunteer administrators both for TV, for the Bakwetu page and the last Musha page, it's just volunteers. Ababa wino. But for these big pages, they have people that they pay. So it appears like we are speculating at the moment, right? Because we are really not sure what really happened, that the whole page of a former president disappears from Facebook without explanation, without press conference, without press explanation. So, Nachivipasana, even if we are at each other's throats, I think Facebook is like a family. We are like one family. So when one page disappears, we feel extremely why should President Lungu deactivate his Facebook account? We share deactivate. Let's just deactivate the accounts. Deactivate in this manner. This is extremely sad. Okay. I think that's it. Now, we've got to talk about another issue, which is General Collins Barry. General Collins Barry. We need to be very clear about there's some very disturbing things that are being said about General Collins Barry. And so I need to address it. Zambia belongs to all Zambians. It does not just belong to the black people. Imwe bachifita ati mwe kaba Zambia. No, imwe bachifita muri bene. Nomba nabo nabo bene bene. Now, in addition to abasungu nabo bene, nama coloureds nabo bene, you know, nama coloureds. They are as Zambian as everyone else. So imwe you cannot insist ukweba tu muntu ngachakutira tari chita muneno nishinomba temwe na Zambia. No. Nomba mulefu ama coloureds baye kui ama mixed race Zambians baye ku Scotland chalo chabo nabo bene. And so they are all entitled to their country, and General Barry is going to serve his country very, very well. There is no problem whatsoever. He's as Zambian as everyone else. Ngecho fine imumu ababe na Zambia. Na owine efo abamwe na Zambia. Na ngwale moneko kukashika filia ni kaonde. Elo, in fact, is much more kaonde than some of you who patikisha bantu imwe bambi bakaonde bwenu bwakupatikisha. Nomba Barry yena is a kaonde through and through, kaonde mother, matrilineal system, and so we have no problems with that. Imwe that have fathers as kaondes, imwe bakaonde iyo, according to kaonde tradition and culture. It's the children of kaonde women that are true and pure kaonde. So Kanshi Barry is a true and pure kaonde. Much more kaonde than some of you whose fathers were kaonde and your mothers were Bemba or Tonga or Lozi or something else. So Mwileto Mulomo Kuli General Barry, we love him. He's going to serve his country very well. He's a citizen. Namafunde is a citizen. Traditionally, he's a citizen. Matrilineally, he's a citizen. Kaonde system is a citizen. And so who are you to say that yo mwina fialo? Niwebo we mwina fialo. I don't know. Okay, and so I'm going to give my friend here, our resident pharmacist, Mr. Kanika.
Vamos.
Later, Nidyash, I've done my monologue number. It's up to you to do yours. Hello, it appears like you went off, or there is some. Is there something wrong with your network?
Jerome, hello, yeah, sorry. Are you getting me now?
Yes, I can get you.
Okay. First, yeah. To start with, okay. So first, Padiba Anthony, let me congratulate Anthony. I think he deserves that that appointment, and he has worked for it. And I've seen him how he has been well in terms of engaging the media, and how he has represented the president very, very well in the time of being in opposition, and even up to this time. So for me, his appointment actually he deserves it, and is fitting him very, 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 very well. He knows the UPND manifesto from page 1 up to the last page, and he knows the mind also of the president. So for me, that rapport with the president is making him to deserve more and more that appointment. Coming to the issue of Balungu, you see, deactivating the account, I think it is not very much right. nangu kalos kaliba kaipa kaliba kaipa because barungu tabali fonkumfwa bali kwete bali very arrogant tabali fonkumfwa ati nifyo fo tulefu afe bena Zambia omnavo Trump wena yali at Facebook yam banning account yabo ya isara but bena bayibutukira because he's ashamed of himself because he was so arrogant and he didn't want to listen to what the people of Zambia wanted. Instead of that, for him, he was one subjecting Zambians to fake condoms, subjecting Zambians to fake drugs, subjecting Zambians to more and more taxes, subjecting Zambians to serious poverty, and subjecting Zambians to a lot of intimidation. Now, since he's no longer the president, now people are throwing the mud which was throwing at the people back through social media. He has failed to contain that. We are just telling him to say, no, I think this is what you are doing. He goes to deactivate his account. Even if he deactivates his account, community kena, prechita petition. Wherever leon kufisama tuka musokolola ntiu ka immunity tuka kafunye so that mirandu shena balungu bafuire bakakwa. Imirandu fire twashireta kwena bamuncha. So nangu bafisa me tureba konka na tuishima tubere kungande akasunzu. So tukayikonka kudala tuishima pare karasunzu. So tukabakonkera. Chawa mana atu batabariko but tukabakonkera ntiu ka immunity tukakafunye. Tukabatwale na kukoti pakuipa aba 17 million Zambian nemitisha fake na makondom bafile barondolola balungu kwena. Then coming to Bwalya, I think today I heard him talking when he was sworn in. Is Kaonde just like me, you know, is my neighbor. No, you can't see my color. Can't you also? Can't you see that? Can't you see? You see, I was just moving. I was just closer to him. You see. I wanted to tell you that in Northwestern, twalikwata kwa bakash.
Nomba if kulwapula nishi if bachifita
ani memwa abako kuriyo kwena kuriyo department yako ati darkness and shine twalimipera bako kulwapula.
black black kwasaba ash black kwasaba kona dark black alabwafi. Anyway, that's why kanshi won't say nabasungu berera be they are Zambian. That's the diversity of our country. Ama colors tapali yuko balea chalo chabo utuma colors utwa kashika, you know, this is their country. They must serve as president, as generals, as
Gama chumfa fi accent ya kwelero pa TV timwalanda ati awo ikwe no you mu Zambian fulu tututanika ondo because accent ya chimbe kwa champe kaonde
mwana ati musungu wamona pansa ati musungu wamona nkanda ati musungu nomba fula kanwa.
Oh my goodness.
Ati bushena imwe basungu kaishi ne mwe mwe bakaonde. It's a very kaondes. Imwe bakaonde it's a very great time. Bantu who knew okweba ati tukakwata ko umusungu berera umusungu kaonde. We never knew that.
Okay, bamusha but okay, mutipere ku respect feba ku Northwestern. Twalikwata nemfumu musungu.
Awo ko ena chachi. Now you are very diverse people. Northwestern is extremely diverse.
Yeah.
Even if livenko na lishiba kwa livenkondo, but you are very diverse people and we really thank you for you.
Inkondo tuiranda pona imwe tureranda patisuma ya Northwestern. Yange inkondo turanda patisuma na imwe. Twalikwata mumusungu, twalikwata na ba Zambia force abasungu Kubonse Northwestern. I'm next month.
Yeah, it's very nice.
So,
with your monologue. So Mr. Interrupt.
Yeah, the other issue which was there, which one? I think I've talked on President Lungu. Kwena nangwatsi account yabo nindanda bamunji. Tureba konko bakaba ka immunity kena kaya tufire twakasotora so that tukaba twari ku koti balungu bakarondorere ko bamunsha nicho bamunsha mu Canada na imwe nama condom yali amebi awe nilanda sana but imitinga mwalinu wako.
First of all tufire twalanda bweliriashi mwiratina kanika kupita fyo mulandu pakati pali kandolo mwalondolola. First of all, ine ninkwata kofe consent because mulelanda mukamukonkera lungu kunganda yako asunzu. I don't want you to appear like mulefo okutuma chinkupiti w'abantu kuyachita attack balungu. That is not that. I hope that is not what you are saying.
Definitely.
By that you mean
yo. But
okay.
Look, bamucha. Could you have my parliamentarians first to register petition that vakachite debate pari immunity yako vakaisotorenga vaisotora immunity milandu shwiresha yako koti vakoti vakatuma vapolisi nkuyasenda nkuyamuviko uko ali tuse kuri ufire wachitapi yako koti vanombanga tatuishive but hapana tuishivoko vari so tukayavasenda kulia kwine vafire vaisa kukoti to ask why vari fire nkupayira 17 million Zambians not nkupaya avaripe twashipati apa twenda fye mibiri chapwa bamusha apa tamwa ishibati
no but because I'm in Canada so because I'm in Canada nganali wonfyako mwachirosha mwisa muma condom
ama condom na yena kai ama condom ya for family planning and all that mwamona.
Why do you have to justify yourself? Why do you have to say the youth? It's more alanga fya condom.
So don't say that because when Yama Zambian were born fish. To the Vengi Peva Bonfisha Yama condom. Nambia Maruel Tre Baba Kukwatanga Baume, Navana Mayo Awe, Yaf Minemu Yamwin.
This is extremely sad.
But this is sad. Like, for example, when you check the statistics for last month in terms of HIV, you'll find that it has moved up by 26%. So meaning that we need to understand why the statistics for HIV has increased by 26%. The reason is simple. The protection
correlation does not equal causation. So if we as social scientists, if you to asambirira imwe mwema hako scientist amwaishiba. So kanshi nekeni mirondolwele. The fact that does not mean that the other. No, let me explain. The fact that two things correlate does not mean that the other one is caused by the other. What we say in social science is that correlation does not prove causation.
Mama, no wonder we do that. And no wonder we say let's do a study and find out if these they will not correlate, and the correlation will not mean there is an increase. Let's do a study. You get the shock. How come a period quadiani be scammed last year already from up to this time? Ka percentage number na kashita increased by 26%. So where did we go wrong? We find that padapadika prevention, which was a condom, balungu na bachitaruchirufia, vatupera kare turika kare suma. So muntu anakuwa nafuara condom awe kanshi mayo tapade ocho bakwere chiripie tare chitika pale.
Yo, iridi ashidi yakosa. So what are you going to do about Kaunda, about the former president?
Bamusha inengefyo nalanda nalali workshop na papene futi parliament ingayisuka pateni ndelemba petition because I need the president to explain in court why he was so just reckless for him to let his subordinate to bring amacondoms ayaturika mu country, not bayakitanariko but bapera n'abantu bawompya. Then today abantu balirwala n'ama HIV n'amakesi y'ama HIV yapatoreranda n'akita increase by 26%. Kama STIs yena not yaba HIV ayaparata magonoria utuswende mayabemba mpira tutuswende ala yena te yakulondola n'okulondola amafumo abaana obo tukwenda abantu tale
tusele na bola bola tuswende tusele na bola bola
tulya twine tulya tonse tulya ofo twali namba yakite increase bamunsha awe barungu bafire barondora mukoti nga twabalekeresha ninshawe tatwaba serious ngecharo. So ine naliranda as a person, as an individual, as Jero Mekanika, I will write to Parliament to petition the parliamentarians to debate the why Lungu his immunity should be removed so that at least we can prosecute him. He comes and meet what the animal he caused or the problem he caused to the Zambian people. We need to explain because everything were coming out from State House.
Yeah.
So so mirandu ya ani bita ira ipwata ira ponangu pano no bamunji ichirira because ira yali nchikalikeko nane ka period kandi na family yandu kwa bule fili chionze because bali mpokeleko na ka license kandi dona alikere quiet. So yeah necho kaliko personal. Okay.
How can they withheld your license to practice as a pharmacist?
Yeah, they withheld my practicing license for 2 years, from 2019 up to 2021, 26th August. That's when I received the license. Just imagine, how can you receive the license after working hours? I received my license around 1808. Who works by Health Professions Council of Zambia around the 18? No. Who works because the Health Professions Council of Zambia works from 8 to 17. But I received my license around 1808. So who works? And why all this time Tabadem paid a license? Why you send my license this time?
Yeah. Anyway, I think that's very sad. It's extremely sad. Licensing bodies should stay away from political interference. Na inewe nena alikwata kwa story about political interference. Nomba nshakalande in the licensing process. This is not right.
Yeah. That's what file chaba. PFA na file aba file. Anyway, twali posa kuwaya, but that's what file chaba. You see, if they found me doing a partisan component, I would have said, yes, they have a point. But look, I was doing something to defend the Zambian people because of something I was trained to do. So it's something unacceptable, and it's a painful thing. You see, you start looking like you know nothing, well, you are the one who's in the right side of everything. You see, you are protecting the people educated you. It tends to be a problem. Then you say, "Varungu afile vaikala, awe kwe napo pe napo, maranjerera." Iliko trick person.
Okay, we are going to invite our friends, our TV Bakwetu panelists and friends, and then we are going to see. But Jerome, please moderate this part of the discussion so that everyone gets to benefit from our discussions today. If it is possible, after your turn of discussions, please, if you can exit the waiting room, that would be good so that we can have more room for others to join. This is a presentation of TV Bakwetu. General Chipakupaku is not with us tonight, but of course, we have a good team of fellow discussants, and so we are going to do justice to the topics that we have today. Jerome, you are there? You are muted. Jerome, you are muted.
Brani, please, Brani Mpande, can you say something, please?
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. And it's good to see the whole team. And what we can say, the only contribution that I can say concerning the deactivation of the president Facebook is that it's very sad. I think he's feeling the pressure. And I've just seen something on one of the PF cadres, and his explanation was that the admins for that page have been fighting amongst themselves. And since they both have access, and one of them has just made the page to disappear, there is confusion in the house. It shows the amount of confusion. But you see,
that confusion now is gonna come up page ya ku Facebook na ko barerwira kuri confusion.
Barerwira mdala, barerwira. That's why I just disappear. If you are there, why inside Chomba? If you are there, so and Chomba, John Chomba, is it John Chanda? He's saying the two admins are fighting amongst themselves, and while still fighting, Bamunafi Achad disappear. So we are appealing. We want the president's page. It had a lot of supporters. I mean, we need to make sure that we keep reminding him as things are being done meticulously, so that he sees. We remind him to say this is how the country should be run. So in the meantime, I think that's the contribution that I had. Thank you very much, Jerome.
Thank you, John. Tiani Brand Pande. Thank you, Chama, Pesi. Emkwai. Tweve niko tumfu. Unmute yourself, Chama. Chama, unmute yourself.
Oh, do I stand mute? How to allow them to barriers? Where? In a there's a test I do, and that test is funny because when I go to Zambia on holidays, it's done on me, whereby you walk in a place and everyone is looking at you like you're a foreigner until you open your mouth. That's when they know, oh, he's a Zambian. So with him, it was like I was when I heard his name. So when as soon as he opened his mouth, just two words, I was in stitches, laughing. I said, "Now is this the guy they are talking about? Is not Zambian? Just opening, just 1-2 words. Yeah, I was dead." So when you mentioned it to Mamusha, I was laughing. I just started laughing again.
So much accent,
I couldn't stop. And to be honest with you, I was happy because I realized that that's the same thing. Abantu fe banchitangana isa kuzambia ku holiday. Nganaingira especially the first few weeks. Waingira fe mu shop, bale kuleresha ole muri kwati mifore. Nomba ngawesa mfwe chinyanja ochibe mbacha fuma mukano. I said, "Oh, he's one of us." So I understood that very well. So for me, congratulations to the man. At least he's worked his way up, which is good. Not wakuvika pampando just because they want favors, because he knows he has to do the job. It's not about favors. That's the
not
first
that Babon Chobusungwaini, not that Babon Chobusungwaini, Ben Abadi Bomba from cadet up to the fullest.
Ari bomba. Nani nentepe. I join Nobu soldiers an office. Ani nentepe sharp. So for me, I give him respect for that. Yeah. Now, the second one, I hope Vamusha is listening. I would like Vamusha at least to, one of these days, to have this topic. We need to talk about it. Because in terms for me and the people I'm talking for, they never sent me. Let's make that clear. But I feel it because I feel I've got a lot of people, my friends I went to school with from that tribe. So I would like we talk about land. I mentioned it yesterday. I just said land. The army is taking the land. The point is there were people who were displaced from those lands. It wasn't just that pali land basenda feta pali abantu abalekala kwawe. There were people living there, and those people were displaced.
By
So,
Banan,
by the army and the air force.
Oh.
By the army and the air force, yes. So we need to talk about that. And actually, when we talk about land, I know there will be a lot of, we even find some PF member of parliament, maybe Valley Jandaland, we might have a lot of things to talk about. That was the second thing. That one, that is just a request to Amusha, if we can talk about it. I think for now, I'll leave it there.
Okay, twatotera kwena leka ntula kuli bachora. Bachora. Badisha nchungro mkwa bachora. Nande ni poto bachora. Yes.
Hello.
Hello bachora, you are getting mkwai.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Vamusha.
Good evening, bachora. Good evening, bachora.
Mwawere ni lero twami mfuate ko muti. Ningo no kufuati lero mujaba kali.
Awe bachora ne nyapandi fyo wakulanda fyati immunity yabalungu ifire yafuma po shiri wakalipandira fye fishinga.
Awe actually tureba konka konse bonse tureba konka na tuambako. That's the beginning of everything, and Amdala wandi pari first ndefo kutasha Bwalya. Bwalya, I just want to congratulate him because Bwalya has been there with HH. When they went to Mansa, I think they were with Nawa. They were caught, padababika kona muchifungo panono. But all those things, Ama guys, they never gave up. They just fought ahead that we are going to do something. And at the end of it all, it has paid today. So I think that's a big congratulation to him. Then for Walungu, ukwisala Facebook, kunaena au warufyanya. I think the Navakwata, what can I say? There is a pressure that is coming. Neoba chilanda bamdala wesukwe bati abantu balero admin whatever. That's a way of getting away from it. Tapari no for balero and if the kumona for what people are saying about him, what he was doing. So at the end of the day, they have to close it. Now, no matter what they have done, Zambians are talking, and we are talking each and every day because of what he has done. So why they are talking about it is going to hear it from no sector film for all. People are saying this. No matter what is going to cross this, but is going to hear something about it. Until they give us back something so that we pay Kongode Shobashi. I think I can end there. I'll continue it.
Thank you, Basa. But beauty, it's your turn. Beauty, say something. Beauty.
Yes, my brother, Jerome Kuchi.
Kanawa Kuchi.
Mwane. Kuchi. No, I just said hello to Jerome. I wanted to really understand whether he's a real Chokwe or he just pretends, because Kwaliwaba, the Chokwe's, most of them grew up in the Copperbelt province. So, a lot of them do speak their language, and it's great to hear it. One Zambia, one nation. Anyway, going back to the issue.
Before you go, yes, I'm not even a Chokwe to doubt. My mom, she's Chokwe. My father, Chokwe. So no need of doubt. We want to bar. You see?
Yay, man.
No, not Westerners. Understand us, please. Understand us.
No, where am I from? I think I'm from Northwestern too, so I should understand that.
Okay, please go ahead.
Yeah. So what I was trying to say about Barry, I think people should really stop what they're saying about this gentleman, please. You don't know Barry. Not you don't know Barry. They don't know the guy they're talking about. Barry, maybe yesterday I didn't explain properly. When you see Barry's mom, I don't want to use the word, I won't use the word mixed race. But Barry's mom, when you see her, she's a pure mixed race woman, if you know what I mean. Kaonde woman. Like her father was called John Hazel, a prominent businessman in Solwezi. That's where I grew up. And that's where Barry was born and Collins was born and stuff. So Barry's mom, like I said, when you look at her, she looks pretty much white, but she's a pure Kaonde woman. The father is, yes, completely white, but again, lived in Solwezi for a very, very long time. So that's how I know those guys. And I can tell you that when I lived in Solwezi, I never actually heard Barry's voice ever. This was actually, I was excited to hear him speak today. I even said to my husband, I really want to hear him speak, because when I lived in Solwezi, I never heard that gentleman speak. So in short, they were brought up very well.
How can you call Zambia Air Force commander to that boy? Yeah, my goodness.
Well, he's not an old man. He's not an old man.
Oh.
He's younger than 50. Like he might be 48, 47, 48 years old, around there. He's a young man. So he might be a little older than me, but he's a young man. I know his young brother, Brian. I think his name was Brian, and he has a sister called Rebecca. So I know Barry really well. And guys, we're lucky. We're lucky to have him. As for, so that's why, now this is what I wanted to say. The reason why Barry looks so white, this is the way I'm going to put it. The reason why Barry looks so white is because his mother is also pretty much mixed race. But mixed race from two Kaonde parents, very light in complexions. So I'm thinking the parents to Mrs. Barry have a white father somewhere, if you know what I mean. A long time ago. So I don't know that, but if you look at Mrs. Barry, you know what I'm talking about. I don't want to use the word colored, but she is pure mixed race. But when she opens her mouth, she's a pure Kaonde. And so that's that about Mr. Barry. But for bakwetu abeba bashinka ma Facebook page, bureya tubo, what can you say? Bantu bakurumpe bonse baruenga ne kushinka ma Facebook page mambo aka, So yeah, those are my comments. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Peter Mainga, please say something. Yeah, Peter.
How are you?
Fine, but Peter, fine. How are you?
I'm
please
fine.
Go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
In the first place, I would love to congratulate Anthony Bwalya. Yeah, he's really been a very good mouthpiece for the Zambians, and he's really been determined to speak for everyone. So on that point,
I think not what the feedback. Either somebody please mute your mics unless you are speaking. Okay, mleanda tibapita vena kumfofi accent. Awe, nombana ina accent is not enough because twalikwata kwa accent. Abalanda ngaba sungu. But vena Zambia Sadiki tuwafuluka ulikuisa woma umeshi Alexander. Tuwafuluka accent yaba sungu. That's a diversity of Zambia. Mwamona kwa alibaba akashikanga Barry na Jerome Kanika. Elonga baisula akanwa. Bena Zambia. Elo kwa alibaba afitanga ifwe bene. Basadiki bati nga baisula akanwa basungu. One Zambia, one nation. Anyway, carry on by Jerome.
So, as I was saying, we really need to congratulate Mr. Bwalya. But now, my main point is coming to the president. Why has he muted his page? Because, why? Okay, why? Because, you know, this time around, just because there are no people to dance around him, he has muted his page. It's not that people, he's supposed to do that, because actually, even if he goes into hiding, we, the people of Zambia, are going to follow him. We want to know why he has muted his page when he's supposed to answer to the questions, because all along, the president was not available to answer questions from people, but this is the time that he was supposed to answer or give an apology to the public. But what has he done? He has hidden, he has gone. The president is not there, Bamunsha. He's not there. So we really need to follow that, and we really need answers. Where were they getting money to be dishing out? We need that money. If it was theirs, why are they not dishing on Facebook? They should dish to me. So then we come to the we come to the commander. I don't think there is really a problem, with the ZAF commander, because when you look at, you go to America, Barack Obama was a president, leading, he was leading whites, and then he's from Africa. We all know that, but just because he's a citizen, no one complained. Why should people be complaining now? Are they going to say, no, Barry, just because Barry is Tonga, he's from Northwest and it's tribalism? There is no tribe about it. That man has really worked hard for that position. He's been there since 1993. He really did everything as a Zambian. So we just need to praise him. We congratulate him. The next thing that we have to do is just to work together as one. We are all one Zambia, one nation. That man just has the same color as Jerome. That Jerome color, we have to praise it. Thank you.
Yeah. And so we need to dedicate one of the broadcasts to Zambians, Amakalats. Aba Zambians Abakashika, like Bakanika. Zambians abasungu pantu nababe nabasungu chalo chavo. This is their country. It's their country. They need to be one Zambia, one nation. One Zambia, one nation does not just mean that in complexion yabachifita beka. No, nabasungu bene chalo chavo. Ama mixed race, ama colors chalo chavo. Nabari win chalo chavo. So there is no compromise here. We are all very happy, and he's going to distinguish himself. Now, sometimes we place undue burdens on people because Nibari, kanshi nombana my expectations vya change. No, he's going to save us just like every other Zambian. Ngalufianya na owine tukamufumyapo atibari wa alufianya. Atibari we msungu wa alufianya fumapo. And that's what we are going to do. So but we are very happy. There is no discrimination here. Abafulirwe kutumwabwekera moko mwafumine mwebafulirwe. Ngani kumalawi mwafumine mubwekeremo. Ngani kukatanga mubwekeremo. Pantu tatule emifwaya. Tatule fwayo okutuletero mulomo. Fwe nkatulifye bwino. Na bari umusungu. Azaf Air Force Commander. Ero nomba mwaleto mulomo. It's intolerable. Bakanika.
Vamusha kwena totera kwena but we mona kwa trimbi maybe na ndi mukala do whatever awe kwena na nechipita Maroz and but one to very vamusha kwena I found to pay na dia yo because for we ba kashika chani
awe mulampesha mwe Maroz na mumfedi ashija makalat baza yero alana
I'm just so happy about the cabinet. I'm just so excited. And the other thing I just want to say, when for sure, as in a rose so that we can answer all the questions. And then there were they were talking about his page. Yes, his page is gone because we used to comment on his page. Like for me, I used to tell him there was a time when HH was going to Chipata, when they denied him to enter Chipata. By that time, Balungu Vaisa was a scripture. I went on his page, I said, sir, really for sure. Somebody ukuba mkanyo kwingirelo mumulela mule watching that doesn't work like that. Yes, PF they are fighting and they'll continue fighting until they fight no more. So if you are Kanyika Balandi kwena petition na ine wine, I will support you, my brother. From court. And the other thing, I'm just so happy, Brother Kanyika, your license to be back because your license is your bread and butter. When you lose your license, you're gone for run. Like here in the United States, when they cancel your license, because your license will be vetted. I'm like, okay, somebody did something wrong. I'm just so happy your license is back, and I'm just so excited.
Varozi twashere tyati mfe ba pharmacist because twali kwata degree ya kuunza or else ngavasanga tureta practice vale kuita twashere tyati yo twali kwata paper chested mutupoke chene chipantu twali chiverengera twali chikaira pe table nomba pana ka license kabwera awe chawa masana.
You know, they shouldn't combine them up politics and people's life because it was your life. For me, I keep my license every 2 years. I have to renew my license because Balungu, he was a wicked man I've never seen in my entire life. Vale for kwipaya abantu bonse, but vale landa kulwa pula ni bedroom. And how can you keep people for this bedroom? Because you have to keep them safe. There was no safeness he was doing. He was a wicked man. He was a witch. I don't know the way that I can say to him. He have to come back wherever he is to come and answer the question. For me, I was even scared. Some of my family, they didn't even like me because I was talking on this TV. My brothers, my own brothers, well, no, I shouldn't be talking because they support the balloon. I would tell them, I say, no, I have children, I have family, I have my nieces, I will speak. So Balloon, we have to come back and answer the questions and bring the money back wherever he took the money. That's what we want. So that's the only thing I can contribute to.
Thank you.
Varozi kwena na vamunsha actually kulwapula mwalishi vatekwa ili amakondomu ayengi na nefimbi hani bifya ili ufingi kulwapula kuleko ali abantu amakondomu zinefinsha yakusera katika twechi so mwewe nalwapula ala na chitaroko mwamuna chitaru chiru cha mpira mle pepe kafye wa mkochi yo wale mkwayo wa minani
You know, because the Balungu, the thing is that Abantu was blinded Balungu with the and then they were thinking that I used to tell the people, I said, look, Mr. Lungu is not God. He was created by God like everybody. Mr. Lungu, he holds Zambia and by pancakes, white people, you know. That's the way Balungu was doing to the country, which was so sad and shame to him, you know. There was one time I even said, at least the madam can say something. She can't say anything, you know, because he was just so sad. Let's treat about because Balungu came office because of the Zambian to vote for him, like the way they did it for HH. HH is in the office, the Zambia stood up and vote for him, you know. And we'll continue speaking like the way Bamweta said, if something is wrong with it, by they'll talk something. But for now, for me, I'm the happiest person. I share to my co-workers, people I know, this is what is happening in Zambia, you know. So, Makanika, congratulations for your license. I know the way it feels to lose the license. There was a time I lost my license for 3 months. I was having anxiety anyway, because I didn't work for 3 months.
Mm. That's very encouraging. Yesterday, there was a post that I had responded to from Mr. Henry Kabinga, who is our regular contributor. Number, we corrected what had happened yesterday. When the post that did not come from me, it came from me because the post tag. So Mr. Henry Kabinga responded and thought that it was my posting. However, today we spoke over the phone. He's a great man. He's part of the founding members of several organizations, including several political parties. And so he just did not see that I was just tagged in that post. Nomba na njala ndide bwino bantu dimo nshikokola mukulanda instead ya kutekania nshiteekania iyo. And so therefore ukuchita set record straight na imwe bonse muimona kwana kalimo ba Henry Kabinga bena tababerenga awe. It was just a genuine mistake. So nachirafa fe ukuchita set a record straight over that. And ba Jerome kanika konkania ba Joe Flynn, who is one of the Zambians of mixed race. When we have that show for mixed race Zambians, Joe Flynn, awo mwema Zambians of mixed race, mwila tuishika noku tuishika tiyo ichichalo, chaba lunda, pure lunda, kachunga ni pure lunde yobae ba, atiyo chabantu fiyaba fita beka, chalo chenu, mwema mixed race Zambians, it's your country and we love you. Mwila umfono kumfuatio given Lubinda tuwapusana fe politically. But if he stands for president, no kumuvota ba muvotera, we have no issues with that. Nikateka, he's a Zambian. Necho tuwapusanina, nicho is a Zambian. Tatuwapusanina atiyo mkwai pantu niza yellow. No. Bonse imweba za yellow. You are part of us. This is your country. Anyway, so that we drive this message to every corner of our country. Aba anabale fiyalu wa Mzambia. Ebo nomba tulanda tiyo, they are not Zambian ati bafuire. What should they do? Now one whether you are Zayelo or whatever you are part of us. This is your country. We love you. Contribute to it. Mwila umfuanefu abantu abalete fia mulomo. Anyway.
Mune bashani ba pensi na ba mayo ba rose hapo murebe bashani pari bozayero.
Pari bozayero. Aho nabo bwina aho buri
pensi na ba rose.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
Sabusha oyo walu uli oyo waingira moyo walu.
It's okay. It's a part of us. Who are we? But bantu bambi wamona kani mubene ba Zambia. You know, this is what was wrong when we are attacking tribalism. Bamu abantu bamona kwati ebene. Kwati Zambia yabo. Elo imweta mulibene. No. If you balungu bale teke la filia. Kwana kali moebene mwe. Ukutamfi aba tonga from the civil service. If we are not going to forget about it. Imwenga mlefu okula bako, kuti mwana bako. Inensha kalabe kwefi yakobati balungu batamfi aba tonga na balozi. Retiring them in national interest. At yom kwai one Zambia one nation kuyati labako fie. I can't. Munjerereko. Imwe some of you tongas mlenje bati awe munshawira alanda pola bako fie fwebe netu walira bako. Nga mwala bako lwenu. Inensha alabako yo. Teka le teke chalo. Elwaya bula list. Every tonga transferred, every tonga to your UPND, every tonga mwatamfia. Elo mulenda one Zambia one nation. Inensha kalabe komwe. Pakafie every Zambian in this country akatamtio kulolesha at every other citizen like their citizens. Not abantu bale papa tabalande kwechitonga kwana kalimo, they should be apologizing. Apologizing to who? Iyo mkwai. Te chalo cha kwa noko. Chalo cha bonse. Every Zambian mwine na leka. Vamusonda mutishani.
umutende okulipane oyonse barishani mkwaye
aho tulife bwino bamusonda inenda kulwa bamusonda alanda fuchirankali
emkwaye
akapatulula fweba bemba tuvure tuwafuma mu mukapatulula n'okukana tiyo ifi twakana epera alen bamusonda nakibika tapaka munjerereko
emkwaye ikintu kimocho nebondanda ferionse inenafuma kulwapula pakazembe na kwa kanyembo lero naliende ishinchende ishitatu northern province muchinga na rwapula ine ishinchende nalienda pamakasa na panjinga ero tapali nchende ninga luba ikintu kimocho namusasanga rwapula yabange ya shama ishinchende ishitatu nalalanda kwa fintu fimu irinari kwa kaputa lirabaikete bana rumango I was there kuchiengi kulya kwaliko bunga batwere ba PF ubo bunga abantu bafira okubulya bapere imbushi shalwale ekifuba tachawe mena kalya iyo kuma kondo omwaya tulaika equally first time abantu ukuyabomfya makondo omwaya tulaika ishaishiba abantu bakaena ngabalo burabura nga bwarebo mfe ba PF ngebo bwalo wele fyabaku lwa province nshayishibe bwino because ifintu nangu firubane ngakwali koko abantu banu inyama ya vizi ayabola nikulwa province munamenso ya mitingi yaire kulwa pula nomba nshayishibe nga mulando wakushaliro kana sambirira fwebengi fweba kufuma kulya munjerereko bamusha when a level of education there tayaba bwino that's why muri bubuteko bwesu bubu waba HH kwena batulolekesheko pamaka umuntu alenwa omutu waba expired 4 months ago but alenwa ero particularly my visa kwali chitike mfa pakati apa ishale muneka kwatirimbisha covid but malwe muti abantu banu ine onaika lwapula ala iringiro kuba redeemed muri bubuteko bwaisa apaye pala moniko kutira ubuteko bwa UPND bula buputule akapatulula akatwa kwatafu yababemba twali kwataka patulula kamoko nshataramo na mu mitundu shonze na babene abanenso abena chipata ababa mbuya wesu chaisa abakwatwa isa panga korabo that's why miliyonse ndalana abena chipata aba mbuya besu kula kushishita bashishita kumwa kati kabyeke kaibena bali kwatamaka wino eko abachi mukesa umfa chiroti mwale ni kurwapula mwalaisa umfa chiroti ni kurwapula besta pili ni kurwapula bishwa tobe mbaturi banangani ngawaibe china rwachichi cha kuiten province ati tie tuibe ni shwa chalapo kama kopi ayengi bakutira muibe bwino choishe mwabera uri obuwere weri wakula isende nkanya nokula monoko nafiwama nokula mbaba nenso waisa seko so nomba narandero mbafe kuliwa ba HH batutubululeko alesambiriro twalisharira n'obupine echo bwatukonkera tuchitafyenga twakutira bulalo obupine na bulala twayima na bwena bwayima mulandu wakitemo kwamba abantu bamusha so ichifu akachako ati chitwafwe sana amasambiriro yabe koko tuirasala pyechisaresare kwena akapaturura nshakataraka mu ero chimbe chandeko kutashareke nintasheba bari wesu ala nemitundu imo kuti yatureterera uruliminga fyakatiranda bajeromu ero muntu ale ifoto chatetekero tumusungu no rulimiru alala ndapa yangu tata itwaisa mfwafa chavani basorwezi mabanga lekeni
so what should I expect? What should I expect na umfwako bari baisula kanwa?
Alefe twachira chetekero kulingana no kumone inkanda nafisa tupopusha neofio olulimi lwa kifuma so abantu bamu baleibweramu efira twaleipusha abena kongo nga wafika para wamwipusha ati ushoti mutundusha ati ndi mubemba landa bwino ati ndi mubembere wakwana kadori kwali wako mubembere wakwana kadori bati mwina kongoyi kaisha apa pena twamuna ati inkanda yabe paisha fye uyu muntu mwina Zambia pyuwa te wakutuishika nokutuishika elio kuba kalamba Bwalya congratulations nabachulire ekintu ekyo omuntu achulira ninshafwire apoka ekirambo kyakwe bwino balichulira sana ekipani elio balingire nabena babako kumyukiti ifo turanda ati ni kumyukiti apa nomba tulingire okuba ukukiraba nensuba bali kumukaka kabiri bese babena kumyukiti icho tatu abasuminishe na kalya iyo lekeni Bwalya nabena basekeremo congratulations to that elio kubashimishe abashimishe Facebook ibena tatu abapanye bashefye insoni kuibwera mwapana bashefye twate ipusha efingifi yakubepusha ngani nebo namwishiba ifwe twali babwa sana empiripiri nalelanda mairo nali kuna konde lya babali bayishire nali babirwe empiripiri fimina na nefiramba na mateno lulenda fyasankene pamo katwishike emiko fyapangire kwali ukulira yali ningowa ndi kabiri nde yakwakaputa kule kwa muntu nga parapeni twadira bana rumango twayaba bwa kabiri mpiripiri arabe shimya twapapata mwe baparamineko bebe ni bashefe pakuti tubepushe bwino ifi achitiki eronga ninebona ali mwipunda lya Jerome teti mpoke bwino na ka license kuti nameka no kumeka kaini nchibati apa pena nangu barefwa nangu tabarefwa abala akaleta kwa fati akateka akandi kali akayero ka license bakutira wabachushako bakwata kwa mano bwino pafyo basendere alalimo ubutu tulimo naremo nachabasambirira bamusha bantu bamwe abahishi babwino kandi mwe abasambirira barisharira na kubatutu bamo ukuyasenda license ukuyasenda license otabaringire okusenda ero no ishiba nocho bayisendere kaishi baringire fyao bashimishe ka Facebook bashe bebe ni bwino mwe bapalamine kwati asheni kuri fi pusho barefo kumipusha kuri ba group D fwe bakuru pura province na kumuchinga na kunode na totera bamusha weso
bamusonda tuli bakulwapula kulwapula ekirenga limolimo abantu takwafya okuya ku school ine I lived in Mansa na ile pamuchinga first nambile you remember that was kulwapula nga wafika mu grade 4 we am grade 5 kupasa so kula ikoselesha kona nali ponene kuya mu grade 5 nga wapula mu grade 5 ku school ya so kulwapula kwekyali ikirenga limolimo bali temwa bana mayo bashitata nangu fyabaiti nabatemu okupwa that's the problem you know kweba tibera balwapula febene bashama yo kwe tuli kulwapula my father come from Matanda and I lived in Masa, here I am. Kula ikoselesha no tikula na jiyo tuli pota kwante kusamba twalitemo okusambira ina nchikala muno mu United States. I've been here for 19 years. I lived in Botswana for 6 years. Here we are. Tukwenda botule ikoselesha mwendo
awe changu
hiyo mayo na isemayo hapo pari position iyo echo turando kwati muri ubuteko bwaiso bwa UPND amasukuru kuli yakoseko baraba iche batemo kulando kwa chichi walekere sukuru ati imayo tabanayira ya ira mentality ya yena iringire ifumeko kulya kulwapula kulya twapapata kwena ke chifumeko
ati imayo tabanayirako ka Bwalya babika pona tumunani ya hao mwandi hao kwenda TV bakwetu yakaka
but ba Philip lero ine mwampangira night ya Afrika kengo Philip wow ile Afrika bantu bamushabati pona ile kuna actually everybody on the panel was in stitches. Let's be realistic. Actually you made my day, big man. Thank you very much with your analysis.
I know.
Yeah, I think our network misbehaved a little bit. But Isaac Chawinga, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes. 3 topics.
Wa Philipu. Our first embody the first party wa Philipu. Le sampale. Nero mwara senda marero mwara lo fe fisuma fieka. Bantu. Awe.
Taba senda miala.
And I'll not send them a we know they sare vamona.
Avena
So,
chipata
the first
bala
thing that
bombera. Mwana ungu.
the first thing I'm under party vena chipata I'm across from northern province and chipata. So mwachambo ukulanda pali va mayo na va Philipo. Mule change kabati. God bless you. That was so good. I just want to make a comment about the appointment of, first of all, Anthony, and also the general for General Bari. You know, this is Zambia now showing its true colors, that we are a people who are united and we don't care about people's skin color. We care about being united as a people. One Zambia, one nation is resonating today more than anything. If you see, the way he came out, well dressed in his military, in his army fatigue, well dressed, ready to, to take the oath of office. I was just taken aback. I was like, you know what? This is what we need to show the rest of Africa. Many times, Africans are criticized for being too, or we are just people who are backwards. We don't do things the right way. But today we're showing the rest of the world that we embrace everyone, despite their skin color. I think Zambia has shown the rest of the world that we are better off. We had the first white vice president, Muliva Guy Scott. I don't know if you guys remember that. And people like the president of Zimbabwe then, Mugabe, and that you are selling your country because he was having problems for kicking people who looked like Guy Scott from his country, taking away their land and stuff like that. But we showed them an example, and today we are keeping on, with that good example that we're showing the rest of the world. I think we need to pat ourselves on the back. We need to, congratulate each other. My Rongana Kumana Mwina Zambia Kuno. What? Congratulations for being Mwina Zambia. Because I couldn't say that. I was embarrassed to say that I'm Zambia. Because of what was going on. The rule of law had disintegrated in the country. You can feel pride for where you come from. But now, Chirumba, not Chirumba Chaupuva, but Ichirumba, saying that indeed I am proud to be a Zambian because of what is happening back home. And I just can't wait to see what's going to happen in the next few days. But Philip Msonda, thank you so much, and good evening to the rest of you guys on the panel.
Thank you. Gladys.
Good evening. I'll start with Philip. Philip, I think talking about youth empowerment, I think nala mibika category youth empowerment. Youth empowerment, I think we have identified your talent already. Since you are saying ataba kuluapula banangani ndiwakulapula ndiwakumansaine, I don't really believe that at tulibabu nangani batubulu bamnyera pamenshi. Even just going pamenshi palya. Na when naishena ninchi twesa bimulya abula batubulunga tamushirya yo. But the thing is, you've been identified as somebody who's got a talent. I think you should look into Ngabasala Minister of Arts and Development. I think you should be on the queue to be promoted and do some stand-up comics. Congratulations. And I would say congratulations, Kuliba Anthony Bwalya. And also, it's apparently by Jerome Lelo is so much in high mood. It's nice to see. I could have loved to talk about Atibade for Abashita Sila. He has to take that. They have to take that immunity. I was listening to Council Basangwa today concerning the immunity. I don't know what the general public or what the government is going to do about the immunity, since according to Basangwa, what he said today, when I listened to it, that the member of parliament or the cabinet won't be able, they have to make a 2/3 in order to remove the immunity from Bashita Sila. So, and even though otherwise they have to take from PF, and we've been preaching, and I still believe that the defected PF after victory should not be tolerated. So I don't know what plan is there to add the votes to make the 2/3 to take the immunity of the president, which I'm also in. I would really love to see some accountability and somebody to answer for whatever has been lost. Yeah, and can I continue, Bamusha, or should I?
Oh yeah, no, you can continue. Oh, you can continue.
Okay, and then also talking about ate amakaladi, takwa abamakaladi, takwa abomuntu wakwata color, being white, being black. I don't believe in a person has a color. We don't have a color. Ngabata Mpokulanda Babari, congratulations as well. Atiba Kaladi, even not until he spoke. Then the future generation of the Zambian Chinese who are coming up today, what are they going to be? Are they going to be eliminated as not to be president because they were born from the Chinese people? And if we continue doing that, I think this is what we should continue preaching, that we should remove that spirit of segregation, and encourage even in the curriculum in school. Because if we start talking about the tone of the tone of a person, then we're still getting back. We're not moving forward. Then we're doing Dununa reverse. That's my comment.
Yes. So we're going to definitely have a debate about whether Zambians of mixed race prefer to be called coloreds. But I think coloreds is actually an official designation for people of mixed race in Zambia. Whether it's derogatory or not, in Naishwat it's used. Mwaliteta uses it. Even Zayelo Lubinda himself uses it. Harrington used it. So I think it's a term that is used by our Zambians of mixed race. Munjebe. Gladys.
No, I'm because people have to remember there's no black like the way Gladys said, there's no black, there's no white. Even where I work, sometimes I talk to people, I say, oh, are you from Africa? I say, yeah. When they say that, I tell them, I say, look, for me, I'm not scared with anybody. Even my boss say no, because when I go to work, they have to even say that when she's coming, I tell them, I say, you know what, there's no black, there's no white, we are all human race. So that way they understand, because like the way Gladys is saying, when they keep on saying that, because there's some people who are having children from Chinese, how are they gonna call them?
No, those are Zambians. So there is no problem with Zambian. The only issue that I find is sometimes we gloss over the issue of identity by generalizing that we are all just human beings, right? I live in Canada, so if you don't recognize, you know, I really don't see color. Well, I'm actually black. So iwe ngawasanje what you don't see color. Nishkanshule mbona kwati ndi msungu, you know? And so minorities must not, no, minorities inite momuntu wasanje bati inishimona color. Why? Taungwene ati nine chifita? No, nine chifita. And so you accept me for who I am. That's very important. Namuzambia mwine, we need to look at every Zambian. Now, when we say every Zambian, sometimes it's too general. And we even perpetrate tribalism by saying that everyone is a Zambian. What we need to do is to respect and honor every heritage ya muntu. Ngamye bati mukala mwachindika. Ngamye bati mutonga mwachindika. Ngamye bati mulala mwachindika, ngamwaushi mwachindika. And you value every person. Sometimes the One Zambia, One Nation, it is used to try and gloss over identity ya bantu. If you're Uyulungu Alechta, for example, ukutamfi abatonga, Alefichta in the name of One Zambia, One Nation. Okwebati, nangwatamfi abatonga, it's okay, because we are One Zambia, One Nation. Nomba, nish One Zambia, One Nation yamsango shania kwebati, you go into a ministry. You look at names. All the names I have said in Western, you retire them, you transfer them, you mistreat them. Elo, at the end of the day, you say that it's One Zambia, One Nation. No. That's why One Zambia, One Nation was recognized. Ngawasanga shinati yachitonga, you honor it. Ngawasanga music yachitonga, you honor it. Ngawasanga everything else, you honor very equally. That is how we are going to live as one country. Inefyo nchimonamo.
You know why Balungu was doing that council election? Because he was so scared with HP. Because if you are not scared, why should you do that? And you know, the way Balungu behaves, he was behaving like he had never been to school. And that's why he made all his friends and the people who are working with him be confused. Look at the people today. Even people who didn't know how to go to church, like yesterday, people went to church. You know, because those people, they didn't even know that. Balungu was just confusing the whole entire crew he was working with them, you know. And the people, they took it that way because Vale focused on the master. So, and the Tawale Tonkanya, whereby he made this person the place winning. Then they were just thinking we continue until 2026, which was so sad to them. Look at them, they look now stupid. They look like they are lost, you know. But and for us, like you, I used to read some comments. They say, "You are to Canada, be quiet. But don't say anything. They are not in the ground." For me, people, they used to say all kinds of nonsense for me, you know. And I used to feel so bad. Some people, I blocked them, with them, my family. But at the end, I'm like, this is just falling. So.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. Anyone else who has not spoken so that we can wrap up our show? We are already 7 minutes to Pathias Luvinga.
Yes. Good evening.
Oh, niwa Pathias. Okay, Caleb sinze ni mwa mwachasuka.
No, Mwansa Chenda.
Yeah, even me, I haven't spoken.
Mkwai.
Oh, ba Mwansa Chenda.
Muritiane mwenako asu.
Mwanchita confuse okukuliba Luvinga, okukuliba Mwansa Chenda, okukuliba Caleb sinze. So who is going to talk now?
Kaidi abandipo baroba batole kana lindire koya.
Okay, Allen wa Caleb sinze. Kambani wa Caleb sinze. Mulitiani.
Seti lipo emekana mamulitiani. Philip Msonda watisa ushamwe wachito uti ati yai mami na enze sankara na chinji tiaga pilipili lomba se au chipata palomba yai ni tetu atine na kale omba se oti na mtima wabwino chifukwa tufuna lini ndeo yai so tinkaleti la cherere koma apakai tufuna uti wana Zambia ikatana tikambo yambana na wantu onyera pamanzi chua melini yai
So omba palino ntao atokapo a Philip kasema testaona uta alipo about sekere pamozi. The first one, Bali appoints Bali. Kwezofanika kuti alipo akanyika kuti averenge ivivona kamba. Bali appoints Bali. Akanyika kangasembango kamba kuti Bali appoints Bali. Uve katia munga ni umozi na umozi. Anyway, what I want to say is, I think as Zambians, we should have a chill pill, you know, we need to chill. Because this issue of we just see color and then we start speculating and saying all sorts of things will not help us. I'll give you an example of what happened on the 12th of August. I'm currently in Southern Province, but the time I was doing my registration to vote, I registered to vote from Lusaka. So the day before the polling day, I traveled to Lusaka to go and vote. Then surprisingly on the queue where I was, I noticed there were even Wamwenye. The people we call Wamwenye. And the others would maybe confuse them to be Indians, but they are Zambians. You see? They were also on the queue having NRCs and voters cards. Now, some of the people on the queue started saying ill things about them. And remember, these are Zambians. On this platform, we have our brother, our elder brother, I think it's Muhammad, is it? The one who was a bit emotional when they pronounced the winning of HH. He's a Zambian. And look at how passionate he is about Zambia for us having received our freedom. Now, on the queue, abantu bambo kulanda pali ababale muleka kwati my Indians. Wow, they are Zambians just because of their color and their attire. And you know, these are people who have stayed with in Zambia for a long time. They started saying things in Nyanja, and then this Indian man, after you know, I mean, let me say this Zambian man looking like an Indian said, manje mwamae so chaipa hapo kuti tinkale pamozi pano tiende tivote ni chani. And then everyone was shocked. So the lesson we are learning here is that being Zambian is not about color. Being Zambian is about our nationality, okay? Remember yesterday we learned about the two ways of which we can be Zambian, and the advocate Melissa, I think, explained very well. He talked about being Zambian by descent and being Zambian by birth. I should think those are the things that should unite us even more. So when we find such a person, we should be glad to talk to them and find out about their heritage, their history. And then they'll gladly tell you, oh, my grandfather came from India, and then maybe they were operating a shop here in Lusaka, and then were born here, and my father, and so on. And you get to know about that. So really, I think as Zambians, tufile tu akwatako, I think patience and get to know people before we utter anything. Okay, so the other thing that I wanted to say is that here in Zambia, first of all, I want to congratulate Anthony Bwalya for his appointment and all the others who have been appointed, the generals and all the deputies, okay? This shows that Zambia is really forging forward. Bantu, we have really lagged behind as a country, and we need to move forward. We need at least some fresh air for us to see that we have the right people in government. So anyway, maybe due to time, I may not say so much, but I wanted to stress that point to say all of us should be mindful. The other question I can ask you, Bamusha, when we say we have Chinese muchalo chesu. Have you ever thought of a black Chinese? That's a question. Have you ever thought of a black Chinese? Each time we say Chinese, we just think of that kakala, that kahait, and those tumaezi, and so on. Aye, the features that we know about Chinese. But have you ever thought of a black Chinese? Someone who appears like you and me, but is Chinese by nationality. So that's the question we should have. Being a Zambian is all about nationality and not color. Anyone can belong to any country and can have a diverse, color with them. Thank you, Amusha. Natasha.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We've got to wrap up our show. And so if you've not spoken, we can speak on the other side. We are trying to keep the videotaped sessions to 1 hour 30 minutes. Thank you very much for having joined us today. This has been a presentation of TV Bakwetu, Elias Musha here with all of our friends, the TV Bakwetu friends and panelists. For those that are able to send us stars, please do so. On YouTube, you can send gifts. On Facebook, you can send stars. And you can also subscribe to be a supporter of the Elias Munsha page. It's been a pleasure to be in Zambia, and I think the time to be in Zambia is drawing to a close. And so I will be returning back to our second base in Calgary. But this has been a great, great pleasure. Good night to all of you. General will join us tomorrow. God bless you and God bless our country. For those that are able, please let us go on to the other side of the room. Good night.